Okay, here we are in Huancayo. Estamos en el a viewpoint.
El cerrito se llama.
El cerrito se llama. And obviously it is a, what do you call it in English?
Huancayo se encuentra en el Valle del Mantaro.
¿El valle de qué?
Mantaro.
Mantaro. The Valley of Mantaro. You got that, mate? Anyway, listen. I am feeling really funny today because we arrived last night at about, I don't know. ¿A qué hora llegamos aquí? ¿A las 10?
No, 9 de la noche.
9? 9 o'clock?
2 hours late.
Yeah, 2 hours late. So the journey was 14 hours on the train. I mean, that was shit. That was tiring. And the last bit was at night, which you don't see anything, which is a shame because we came over those hills, and as you see the video previously, I mean, 15,000 feet. So you're going from sea level to 15 odd thousand feet within, well, 3 hours, 4 hours. And I wasn't the only one, but it felt a bit dizzy. And today here we're about 9,500, 10,000 feet above sea level, which is about ¿cuántos metros estamos? Unos 3,700 creo.
3,200.
¿Ah?
3,200.
3,200. So it's still fairly high, yeah? I mean, that's about 9,500 feet. There's a football pitch down there. I don't know what we're going to do today, but look at them there hills. Couldn't we fly those? Wouldn't it be beautiful? As you can see, it's a bit cloudy, and Huancayo is situated in the middle of all these hills. If I span around and look behind us, you actually got other big hills which are even up higher. I had to pay 30 cents to go and have a wee. If I was in France I would have just gone out here, but obviously it's not the done thing. We've actually got quite a nice day. It's about, I would say, about 16, 17 degrees. I'm told that the coldest period is January, February and August, September are the coldest periods here. You're up in the hills, yeah? In the Sierra, as they say. Sorry, I move around too fast. Oh, I'm out of breath, look, feel it, yeah? Just walking that short distance. I should go much slower. Because, isn't that pretty? It's quite nice, isn't it? I think those are, on the hills there, are the cheap housing, you might call it. It's a shame really, actually, because I was talking to a guy called Troy from Wyoming who's on a sort of trip for a while, and then he'll go home and become a dentist, and he's going to travel down by train to Huancavelica and then by bus from there back to the sea at Pisco and then down to Ica, and there's a nice reserva, National Trust type thing, yeah, park, whatever you call them, you know, names. And that would have been quite a nice trip as well. But I'm sure the trip I'm going to do up to Trujillo and Chiclayo, and then to going inland from there to Chachapoyas, the road is asphalted, i.e. tarmacked. I actually got a good map out. Which shows which roads are tarmacked and which aren't. So that would be really useful. we've got some sort of chino here at the moment that's following me around. Can't get rid of him. Called Fair. But Fair's been wonderful. Oh, I met a guy who belongs to some association, a Canadian association, NGO type thing. So I'll have a look and see at his website. They actually do things all around the world. Sounds quite interesting. People actually pay to come out on holidays. And usually they're retired people, I think, you know, who have a bit of knowledge and want to obviously have a holiday at the same time, but maybe have a social interest as well, maybe. So I might see what he's doing and contact him. But, you know, he said he'd been working for the company a short time, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't feel comfortable. Yeah, he says basically what they're trying to do is set up a school where they try and show people some trade. Not dissimilar to what we're trying to do in England with kids, youth. But to enable these people to have a trade so they can then go out and earn some money as opposed to just working in the fields or cleaning shoes or whatever, which is a great idea. The basic thing is actually getting the education system to improve, which is very bad in the sense that although a lot of schools were built during the period of Fujimura, the problem is that the teachers themselves don't know what to teach. They know, and there is a program where they're actually attempting to teach the teachers, you know, better. But the problem is that there's so much corruption that they then just pay their teachers to give them the certificate to say that they've, you know, done the courses. But there's so much corruption. Furthermore, I can't remember when, I don't know if it still happens, but to become a teacher, you didn't have to necessarily go to a teaching school. You know, you went to school, you finished, you know, the age of 16, 17, whatever. You then went into the countryside, out of Lima, into the provinces, as you might call them, and you spend a year at a school doing whatever it might be. You're then a teacher. But you haven't obviously, I mean, you've learnt the tricks of the trade, you know how to do it maybe, but you haven't had any formal training, and you certainly haven't had any formal training in the subject. And those are teachers. So you can see that the actual quality leaves a lot to be desired, and that's not something that's going to be cured overnight. Yeah. Okay, let's leave it though.